And today's activity is going to be a soil texture activity. This is best outside. It's fun, but it's a little messy. The materials that you'll need is the chart that you'll see linked below this video. I recommend a tea towel or something to wipe off, a little pitcher of water, and I have 3 different soil types, some from the beach, some from a garden, and some from a stream bed. So those are 3 locations that are pretty good, but you want some different kinds of soil that feels different from different areas.
By studying soil, archaeologists can tell when a site dates to, what the environment was like when the site was occupied, and also, most importantly, is how soil layers were formed, what was just deposited or disturbed when, and sometimes why. Starting at the top of the soil texture chart, we're going to put some soil in our hands, and maybe adding a drop of water or 2, try to mush any big clumps of the soil down. The next step is to try to create a ball with your soil. Again, you can use water as needed. You can see I'm using my forefinger and thumbs to try to squeeze together the material as best as I can. Now if you can create a ball, go ahead and move on to the next step, which is trying to create a ribbon. You want to use water, and using your forefinger and thumbs on both hands, try to squeeze the material down into a ribbon. If you see any cracking, try to add a drop of water or 2. In this case, I'm having a lot of trouble. The ribbon's starting to fall apart, so I'm not going to say that this step is successful. Seeing as I cannot create a ribbon successfully, I'm going to say no to this step. So my first soil type is a loamy sand. With our second soil sample, you're going to start off the same way, following the chart. So first you want to take some soil in your hand and try to break down any big clumps. Use water as needed. Now the first big step after that is to try to create a ball with your soil. Since this is successful, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is trying to create a ribbon using your forefingers and thumbs. Now if you can do this, go ahead and start making as long as ribbon as you can. This one's working out pretty well, and I'm going to say it's between 2.5 to 5 centimeters long. Any more than 5 centimeters and the whole ribbon's going to start to break down. The next step is about how gritty your soil feels. So even when you add water, how gritty does it feel? My ribbon is between 2.5 and 5 centimeters long and does feel gritty, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which tells me my soil type, which is a sandy clay loam. For our third and final soil sample, I'm going to take some of it, just like the others, add some water, try to break down any clumps. I'm going to go ahead and try to form a ball. I'm adding some more water, and even with more water and more soil, it's not making any sort of putty-like material, let alone a ball. So according to the chart, I have sand. Thanks for joining, and make sure to check the link below for the PDF for the soil texture chart, and we'll see you next Steam Sunday.